All right, so I feel like I'm giving downsides every single time because essentially, sometimes when I record, I do screen sharing in Canva because it's just easy and I don't have to do a lot of production. Kind of naturally has production qualities in it, and so what essentially happens sometimes is depending on how fast the speed is for the upload and download. Usually, the upload it might delete sometimes, or it might not keep while it's doing a upload because I have slow upload at our place, slow upload at the clubhouse at our place, fast upload at the place I'm at now, which is like a string of co-working spaces. There's five of them in where we live. It's called Switch Yards, and it has really fast upload. However, it's way more convenient to get to them late at night. However, with our kid at home, sometimes I'm not able to go out at midnight, record a couple of videos. And in the meantime, I need to be working on like coding and building these products out throughout the week. And so I just figured out with a different product called Mail Paper that I can just add music on top of me just coding, and that might be good enough at this point for some things. And then for when I have time, I can come out in the middle of the day, book a room, and then I can kind of talk through some stuff without. And this acoustics, I think, in here is really bad. I can hear myself echoing through my headphones. So I'm not sure if this is going to be a permanent solution, but we're going to try and do this during the day, so that way I can do a little bit more consistently. So we're going to do the ones with the music in the background because then I can code and do these videos at night with my kid, like in the house, rather than having to leave the house, which is not super sustainable at midnight, or trying to book a room, which it's very crowded. So sometimes I can't get a room and I still want to put one of these out per day. So it's just a background of why some of these projects, it'll look like we're not working on them or that I forgot about them. But in reality, I'm trying to process through what projects might be better for me to not talk so I can code those at our place or at the clubhouse. And I don't have to worry about the sound quality versus booking a room in the middle of the day and having to drive like 30 minutes, which is what I have to do today. So just heads up on that. I haven't forgotten. In fact, I usually am really sad because I don't want to build things while I can't like record. Not that I can't, it's just because I'm building other products and I'm not showing. Those are the ones that I really want to commercialize. But for the ones that I just want to do for educational, I really want to build them. But I would love to just show it and just share my thought process. So a lot of talking. Let's get into building. I'm excited for this one. This is one that I've been hyped to actually get through. This is highlights only. Oh, so a couple of things. One, Canva deleted a 46-minute video of me going through and doing the brand. And so here's where we landed. So we're probably going to choose between this one here. Uh, so we're probably going to do this one or this one. I'm still not sure which one we're going to do yet. This one. I really like how like kind of juvenile it is because essentially like we're creating a social network. So we wanted to be kind of playful. But this one I love how it's just how it's just it's just a pretty font. I just really like that font. And then these are kind of like if we want to do like merch or things like that, we can kind of play into this font, and that's why I might want to do it because there's just a lot of ways you can twist fonts around. This one's just almost too playful, so we'll probably go with this one to be perfectly honest. Okay, let's do the prompt. I'm really excited about this one. Let's see if this is still available. We're not gonna buy it right now, but we want to just see if it's available. See how much it's gonna cost us. Okay, $4.99 is not bad. $4.99. I wonder if we could do social. How much does social cost? Highlights only social. This is social network. I think I like Club better. I think more people should start using Club. I think it's kind of cool because if you remember, we do have that. We do have that What's that project called? These are all the projects I have in my head. Where's the one that we started working on? So actually, what's funny is this one, this turning readings into a book. This is actually where Hilo came from. I was working on a different project, and I wanted to turn whatever I read into a book, allowing people to create almanacs. And so I wanted it because you remember almanacs, you were really cool and you would have volumes. And so I wanted to be like you create volumes of almanacs based off of your books. And ended up while starting to write that, I kind of came up with this idea for highlights only in the process. And I like this one. I find this one a little bit more fun. Turn writings into audiobooks, vinyl company, turn email into newspaper, highlights into social posts, chat with a book. Oh my gosh, where's Echo Press Club? Oh, right here. Good night. Okay, so Echo Press Club has club at the end, so it's Echo Press and then dot club. Jeez. Oh yeah, we got some stuff coming, man. We're gonna do one that it'll help podcasters earn revenue by enabling their fans to call into the podcast. We're gonna train that up. Art Club is something. Oh, Art Show Club. What's what's the domain on that going to be? Well, can it just be? There's no way it can just be Art Club. Could be like artshow.club. Oh no, it's actually expensive. Why am I doing this? I'm supposed to be doing a completely different video. I'm gonna do artshow.company. Okay, 24. Okay, I get distracted. Like I said, I am fortunate that I get to hold all these ideas in my head, and it's like playing for me. This is like playing video games. I love building so much. Okay, let's get back into it. Let's go ahead and build this initial prompt. Okay. Um, and Bolt just announced that they're going to allow people to use applications using the same database, which is great for us because for a while I've been wondering how I can build two applications using the same database, and you've just not built it yet. And so the fact that they announced that yesterday or 2 days ago is perfect for me to launch this. You know what we didn't do? We didn't. Shoot. Okay. What we didn't do is when we did branding, we did not come up with what it should look like. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's change this reading apps. I think I want to do like reading apps. And I also really want to look at journaling apps. Sometimes the way that journaling apps do their designs are really awesome. Actually, in fact, I think I might want to stick to that instead of reading apps. Highlights only. There. I like those colors. Day one has a Notion vibe. Also Notion. Notion, Apple Notes, and Notion. Sure, one is like not that. This one, okay. I don't really like those designs. That's out of business. Where Drive. Okay, we might have to come up with a different UI. Um, let's see. UI. What if I did like UI inspiration? Best UI inspiration. I think we need to just find something that's like. So I'm not, because I really don't want to copy, but I do want to take like the lightest touch in terms of what I'm building. Because at some point, like, because I have an idea of what I could want this to look like, but I'm not like sure off the top of my head. So I really want to see like how other people are thinking through UI. So this is what I call design discovery. I'm not a designer at all, but I do this constantly just to get a feel for, what are the vibes that I really like. Really love that, by the way. I love bold and contrast. I think contrast should be more in than it is. I haven't really built anything with deep contrast, but I want to eventually. All right, so I like this too. That's cool. All right, so we know it's going to be highlights only, which means that having that little bit of. See, this is why I need UI. You all are only doing landing pages, and I think I need UI. To be honest, I'm not really finding what I need. Oh, well, and this is where you would go to Dribble, but I don't want to take like independent agencies. I don't want to like do that kind of stuff. And you're supposed to steal like an artist, but I'd rather not. So not from independent agencies, which is where I find trouble. I'd love to just do it for some of the larger brands, and these all look like small brands. Okay, so okay, I think when I think about what this could be, I think I want it to be a clean interface. I think what I want it to be is I like go back and forth of whether I want it to be a feed or if I want it to be like a waterfall, like a cascading waterfall, where it's like as you're reading highlights, but it's like I want it to either be like a super clean interface that's more like swipe driven. So it's like as you're reading it, you're seeing one highlight at a time. So you're scrolling by, and every time you scroll by, by nature of you scrolling, it automatically basically archives it. Because as I mentioned before, since as you subscribe, people will highlight a lot. It's not like book recommendations or article recommendations where you would spend 5 minutes. Like someone has to spend 5 to 30 minutes reading a article, or they have to spend hours reading a book before they can recommend it. With highlights, if we want it to be highlight driven, that means that people can do 10 highlights in one article. And so if you're if you have 10 articles, if you follow a power reader and they read 10 articles with 10 that's 100 highlights you have to go through. So I kind of don't want it to be something where like if you swipe up, it doesn't disappear. It needs to disappear because of how many highlights will come in on a day-to-day basis, depending on how many people you're subscribed, how many curators you're subscribed to. So in that sense, it makes more sense if you were to have an interface that isn't as clean as a single highlight, you kind of want it to be. I really like the idea of a waterfall, because if you waterfall it, you can basically have like, trying to think of it in my head, waterfall, you can basically have them like kind of like animating as you're swiping. So there'll be like a window, and then as things go out, they're parallaxing and disappearing, with a parallax animation. And as you're scrolling, things are coming up like a viewfinder. So you have what you can see as you're archiving them. They're like disappearing above, but they're also reappearing from below. But the ones that are below should have some type of like skew morphic, glass morphic design, so you can't actually see them. They're kind of blurred. And then as they come up, they come into view, which allows the things that you've seen to disappear, and it allows you to get a feeling that you have more to go. But it still focuses right in the center. But I'm wondering if it should be like one highlight at a time, or if it should be like a cool like bento box of highlights, where it's almost like Tetris. So yeah, the highlights will just be in a random formation on a grid. I kind of like that one. I kind of like that idea. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Okay, cool. So it has nothing to do with what we're about to do here. All right, so highlights only. Let's just make this the brand. We're going to shortcut brand on this one because I like how to. Here. We'll do the color. I have to sneeze this, I guess. Sorry. Another thing that I realized is that Robinhood has a crypto API, and I've been dying to test out like ingesting data and creating a trading or betting tool using like ChatGPT algorithms. Because it could just ingest so much data. I feel like there's like got to be some type of edge that you can get, like even down to the point of like, okay, I know that this quarterback plays this way, like this good against this city in the winter, in the months of January, with an offensive coordinator that focuses on a 4-3 versus a nickel pack versus a concentration of a nickel package. Like, I want it to be that detailed. Because I feel like if you can get that detailed, like I feel, oh, and it depends on the offensive coordinator as well, and like what the receivers that are also benefited against the defensive back packages. So I think if you could like think AI allows you to actually get that deep into the analysis, and if you did that, I just want to test out like how many bets you can make before it starts going upside down. So like, could you make 10 bets, and out of those 10 bets you get six right? That's that, which you're losing four. So getting underwater would be you get 4 right. Getting a wash would be 5 right. By the way, I don't bet on anything. In fact, I lost $20 at a casino in Louisiana once, and I've never bet again. But it's just curious of like how you can manipulate data using AI. So these things are coming. Like I said, have a lot of things in my head that I want to build. Okay, let's see what we got. How many more days do I have of this subscription? 11 days. See, I haven't been building a lot. I've been writing a ton. I haven't even been using my tokens. All right, every time I do this, I'm like nervous. So let's see what it comes up with. I usually don't like prompts that long, but I think it really needs to know that we're building essentially like 2 different things. And on that note, I think I'll start the next video.